Legendary investor George Soros has taken a leaf out of Warren Buffett's book. He's doing something I think is very interesting right now. He's choosing to be greedy when others are fearful. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers, and welcome back everyone else. To the Australian viewers of this video, please don't watch. You're not allowed to watch this video because I may give some advice or some kind of tips which could be perceived as financial advice, and then I could be fined $400,000. So just ignore everything I say if you're from Australia. If you're from anywhere else, please pay attention to one of the greatest investors in the world, George Soros. Elon Musk is clearly distracted with Twitter right now. Well, at least that's what the media says anyway. And that's what all the haters are saying, and that's what a lot of people who are getting a bit emotional, a bit worked up are saying. Is this really true? I think he's definitely spending time working on Twitter for sure, but does that mean he's neglecting Tesla? I don't know, but I don't think it really matters. Tesla is in some pretty good hands. Whoever the people are that are working there, innovating the products, are doing an excellent job. You have to say, the proof is in the pudding. They're making how much profit per car again? 11 times what Toyota's making? Yeah, that's worth thinking about. Tesla stock has taken a beating this year, no doubt about it. I think it's now the best value it's been in many years. Price to earnings are the best they've ever been in the history of the company. We're sitting at around 50, price to earnings of around 50, right? Tesla has never been at that level ever before. It's never been even close to that level in the last few years. That's an incredible, it's an incredible bargain if you think about it. If you think about it, Amazon's price to earnings is significantly higher. Who do you think has more potential, Tesla or Amazon? Well, if you've been watching this channel, paying attention to what I've been saying about Tesla's electric storage market, yeah, they're installing their own massive battery packs all around the US in order to take energy from the grid when it's cheap, sell it when it's expensive. Yeah, there's lots of different things. What about their supercharger stations? They're basically taking over the gas station market, a pretty significant percentage of it. There's lots of things that people don't realize Tesla are actually doing. George Soros seems to agree with me. Based on a regulatory filing, Soros has taken advantage of Tesla's drop this year and loaded up on shares of the company, tripling their stake. That's a pretty significant difference. Soros' Tesla stake was disclosed in the second quarter. So this says he started acquiring shares of the electric vehicle maker between the 1st of April and the 30th of June. At that time, the investor held 30,000 shares, or just under 30,000 shares, and he now owns nearly 90,000. It's almost an exact tripling of the number of shares he had. Now, he has bought those shares through his firm, Soros Fund Management, or SFM, and the stake is currently valued at around $16.4 million, considering Wednesday's close of $183 per share, according to Teslarati. Now, in a way, Soros' growing stake, say Teslarati, in Tesla shows that the billionaire investor is confident the company will execute and meet its goals, even as its CEO Elon Musk is obviously busy with Twitter. Now, people don't realize, but since buying Twitter or completing the acquisition, remember, Elon Musk isn't the only shareholder of Tesla. There's a number of other shareholders, so he actually owns less than 50% of the company. But since he's done that, he's actually tweeted less. And if you think about it, if you look at the latest insurance numbers coming out of China, it looks as though Tesla sales have gone significantly higher over the past few weeks in that country. Clearly they have in the US as well. And clearly in the US they're about to ramp production up by, I'd say, at least 30% at the Gigafactory in Fremont. I made a video about why that's going to happen. I'll put a link in the description below. It's very clear that's what the plan is. And that's the reason why Tesla sent 200 automation experts from China to California, where they are right now, working on the factory in Fremont. They're not doing nothing, that's for sure. The other thing that Tesla will benefit from massively, they haven't been able to qualify for the $7,500 incentive, right? And their competition has. That's been a big reason for why Tesla's demand should have gone down when it's done the opposite. But now that they'll qualify next year, and other companies such as Hyundai and Kia will not qualify, Hyundai and Kia are their biggest competition. They own 10% market share in the United States. Well, as a result of that, Tesla will take some of that market share, likely, with some of that increased production from Fremont and increased production from Texas as well. To be sure, macro competitive concerns are likely to remain an overhang with capacity rising, but as we previously written, in a hard landing scenario, Tesla's long-term competitive position also will improve and potentially will be further enhanced by the Inflation Reduction Act, said Citigroup analyst within the last few days. You got to remember, one of the things that electric vehicle companies are doing is they're not disrupting themselves yet, unless you're in China, then there's a little bit of that going on. Outside of China, they're disrupting a market that is ripe for disruption. Gasoline-powered vehicles are ancient technology. It's just ancient, tarted up technology. Everybody knows they usually don't last very long. They take a lot of servicing. They are fundamentally far inferior to an EV. Tesla will continue to disrupt the market, and they'll continue to innovate with new technologies like structural packs, gigacastings, all that kind of stuff, which helps them to reduce their costs. Tesla bull and Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas was on the same page, says Teslarati, noting that while Tesla investors face risks with Elon Musk's Twitter activities, the company is still on pace to grow sales by about 37% next year. I think it'll be more than that. I think it'll be closer to 45%. This should allow Tesla to establish its place as the market's dominant electric vehicle manufacturer. It's going to be an interesting scenario next year with BYD and Tesla. BYD plan to ramp production enormously. They plan to double production next year. Can they do it? Yes, they've proven they can. Will they do it? I believe they will. Will Tesla ramp production as well at the same time? Absolutely they will. Now remember, BYD will probably sell more vehicles. That's the most likely scenario. In fact, more by a significant amount. But Tesla makes much higher margins on its EVs, and that's its model. Make high margins, invest into gigafactories, invest into scale. We believe Tesla's gap to competition can potentially widen, particularly as EV prices pivot from inflationary to deflationary. With respect to the Inflation Reduction Act, we believe Tesla is by far the best positioned OEM in terms of potential eligibility for consumer tax and production credits, Jonas said. Now, when people say he's a legendary investor, yeah, I'm not a big fan of George Soros, just to make it clear, just so you don't say in the comments, George Soros isn't, you shouldn't like him. I don't like him. I'm just letting you know what he's doing. But there is one problem here. I can't verify whether or not this is post-share split. So in other words, 3-for-1 could actually be a 3-for-1 share split. He might not have actually bought more shares. He might have. I'm not actually 100% sure. I actually find out for sure, and I won't have to find out for a little while whether or not this is 100% correct. But Adam Jonas's comments are correct, and I think it's definitely worth considering what he's saying. I believe it's fairly objective. He doesn't own shares in Tesla personally, and I don't think what he's saying is driven by any particular self-interest at all. Tesla stock right now, I maintain, is good value. Google stock is as well. But long term, I see Tesla's possibility for growing to $1 trillion company or a multi-trillion-dollar company as highly likely. My plan is to hold the shares long term. Twitter, it's momentary noise. It's a distraction. It's a distraction from Tesla's mission, which I believe they are still in place to achieve. And I do believe that BYD and Tesla will be the two largest car manufacturers in the world in 10 years from now. That's important if you're investing. Don't invest what you can't afford to lose, but also investing is not about a 1 month time horizon or a year. It's about a 5 to 10 year time horizon. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Bye-bye.